On Thursday has been delayed several times. This follows bureaucratic bungling and problems, congestion at the Rwandan capital, Kigali. One of the organizations ready to respond to the disaster, Gift of the Givers Foundation, an aid organization which is based in Pietermaritzburg in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Joining us now to tell us about their involvement is Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman. He is in our studios in Durban. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Suleiman.
Wa alaikum salam,
Thank you very much for joining us. Why have you decided to contribute relief aid to those devastated in Goma, just around Mount Nyiragongo?
Well, basically a general principle. That's quite easy. Under Islamic law, we are instructed to help people in need. We have a teaching, Khairun nas, may yanfa'un nas, which translated means best among people are those who benefit mankind. So we take our inspiration from the Islamic teaching. Secondly, Congo is in Africa, and we are all Africans. On the human level, these are our brothers and sisters in need, and it is only appropriate that we respond to their cry for assistance.
What does this response entail? What form of assistance are you pledging and that you are going to be giving to the people of Goma?
Well, within 3 days, we've already arranged 100 tons of maize, 100,000 water purification tablets, which would purify 2 million liters of water. We've got 120,000 rand worth of medicines, and we've got plasticware, buckets, dishes, and these kind of items for the people of Goma. The total consignment is about 650,000 rand.
Where do you get all this material from? How do you fund the purchase of this material?
Well, the material in this case has come solely 100% from the Muslim community of South Africa. As I mentioned earlier, it is an instruction for us to benefit mankind. So to ask for donations and to get a response is not difficult at all. When
does this material then get to go to Goma via the Kigali airport in Rwanda?
We're looking at Tuesday morning, 3 a.m. We should be set to leave at that time.
Only on Tuesday?
Yes. We were supposed to leave this morning, but the UN said that the airport is congested, and this plane is a fairly large plane. It could not land in any other smaller airports, so we have to wait for Kigali for Tuesday.
Do you stockpile these materials? Do you just receive them from members of the Muslim community and then keep them somewhere in a warehouse so that when a need arises, you're then able to launch into action and effect some form of distribution?
No, we don't, because we don't know when the next disaster is going to take place. We don't like to send old stuff or expired stuff. As a rule, we only send new stuff. So basically, we have emergency funds on standby. We release funds at a time of need. We don't keep stocks on hand. These could go off, and we don't want to send bad stuff to people in need.
How do you choose the areas where you provide assistance?
We look at, first of all, most crucial is media. If media does not cover an area, it's unlikely that you would get public support. People are moved by images and pictures and human suffering. So if there's excellent media coverage, to us then it doesn't really matter which part of the world it is, who the people are, what religion they are, what color they are. And we find we're going to get the support. And also important in this case, if transport can be provided, then we look at those areas.
Do you provide any form of assistance to South Africans who live in poverty?
Yes, we have piloted a containerized primary healthcare unit in South Africa. It's the only one of its kind in the world. We've got 13 such units running in the country. We average 30,000 patients per month, and we run in partnership with the government. When there was the hurricane in Impendle in '94, first organization on the ground. In '95, in the floods in Edendale in Pietermaritzburg, Christmas Day floods, we were there. In '99, the tornado in Cape Town, we were there. The floods in Alexandra, Rietvlei, and the Northern Province and Northern Natal in 2000, we were there. And besides that, we have life skills programs at schools, we have AIDS workshops, we have counseling services, we have a feeding scheme that feeds 7,000 kids every Thursday. It carries on.
So this is Muslims across South Africa, or is it only Muslims in KwaZulu-Natal?
No. We are supported by Muslims throughout South Africa. And these programs are put up in various centers throughout the country because it has a donor base from throughout the country.
Now, turning our attention again to the situation in Goma, when you take the supplies that you adequately described for us earlier, will you be sending personnel as well, relief workers, medical doctors, nurses, or any such skills?
Well, through the Foreign Affairs, they've mentioned that they haven't asked for any personnel as such. So I'm going down with 2 people who will work with me, and we don't really require many other personnel. Normally, in relief situations, what we do is we try to use existing resources of another country. They understand the language, they know the people, they know the area, so it makes more sense to utilize manpower Only if there's a special request for any type of specialist, then we would take them across. And we have a pool of people we can turn to if that request is made.
650,000 rand worth of material you talked about. Collecting some more material to send through to Goma, a second consignment?
Yes, you know, people could carry on sending aid to us. As I said, cash is much easier. It's faster to move. We could buy the things in Pretoria and Johannesburg, and from there we will reduce transport costs. So yes, look, if you take, for example, there's about 300,000 people who have been displaced. The food requirements for these people for 1 month alone is about 600 tons. So they're going to require a huge amount of aid. The UN has said that the aid they have there is not enough. So that's only food, one type of item. What about medicines? What about water? What about shelter, blankets? I mean, the list is endless.
Will you be able, are you confident that you will be able to reach the people of Goma from Rwanda? A lot of the people of Goma, we understand, went to parts of Rwanda to flee the volcanic lava, the lava of Mount Nyiragongo. But now many of them then returned to Goma because they felt they were being treated unfairly and they were being treated badly in parts of Rwanda. Are you confident that you will be able to traverse from Kigali through to Goma to be able to reach the affected people?
Well, that was one of the conditions of our arrangement with Foreign Affairs. The transport has to be provided from Kigali to Goma, and that issue is sort of sorted out at a political level and at an infrastructure level.
Thank you very much, Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman, who is with the Gift of the Givers Foundation, preparing a consignment of materials to be sent to Goma. He says he'll be going there himself with 2 other people. They depart on